going on, everybody? Coming back to you guys again with another video, and of course another Q&A for Sunday. Just so you guys know, every Sunday I like to post a picture on my Instagram or any form of my social media, post up a picture, have you guys comment on it, and I pick 10 random questions on that picture. Usually it's on my Instagram. It could also be on my Facebook as well. All of my social media links will be right there, so you guys can check them out. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the whole deal. So definitely follow me on there if you haven't already. And of course, let's get to the questions. The first one's gonna be from my boy Bob K, who asks, what was your hardest decision growing up and what did it entail for you to overcome it and move forward? And with this one, I go back to my battle with my eating disorder and the day, or I should say the night really, that I chose to accept my father's offer for me to get help to go into a partial, or actually a full hospitalization program for my anorexia at the time. Was the time for me really to grow up. That's what got me to be an adult really. I feel like my anorexia and my eating disorder really kept me in the body and the mind of a child for the longest time, and I feel like the moment that I made that decision, that was the moment where I was able to become an adult. And the next one's gonna be from Sabrina Booth, who says, how do you stay motivated or make yourself keep training when you have so much on your plate as far as work and school goes? I know you said you have very long days, so just curious, keep it up. Inspiring. This one is something that I get a lot, and I actually think I may have answered this already in past Q&As, but again, it's really just about time management. I feel like I'm getting better and better, but overall, I mean, I deal with a lot of stress and a lot of just mental exhaustion. I mean, it's really exhausting sometimes to keep doing it, but I've scaled back my video frequency. I don't really post as much as I used to. It used to be an every night thing. And you know, I do it because I enjoy it. I realize that you know, building a YouTube channel and also catering to my subscribers while going to school full time and going to work full time is definitely it's a huge task. Most people don't really see YouTube as more than just a website, but YouTube for me is essentially it's like a second job. But then again, I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it. So I'm mainly motivated by the fact that it brings a lot of happiness to my life, and it makes me feel personally satisfied when I'm able to spread my message to others, and also get really good feedback as well from most of you guys. So that's pretty much what keeps me going. Alrighty, and the next one's gonna be from Anthony Bagog, who is also a loyal subscriber as well, who asks, what is your opinion on people who refuse to believe that carbs aren't the enemy and that fat is? I actually won't say that either one. I don't really believe that macronutrients are the enemy. I don't believe that any certain I don't believe that anything within that context I don't think that anything within that context should be considered the enemy. I really don't think that that's spreading a really good message about food itself. Now, when we look at this type of question, everybody's individually different. Everybody has different types of lifestyles, so therefore, you know, if you're an athlete that's, you know, constantly moving, constantly participating in his or her sport, you're always on your feet, you have an active job and everything like that, you're obviously going to be requiring to take in more glucose, more carbohydrates than the average person does. Now, if you are sedentary, lead a desk job, you maybe make it to the gym maybe 2 times a week, and they're just moderate sessions, they're 30 to 45 minutes at a time, you're not going to necessarily require as many carbohydrates, and therefore you're going to probably be more satiated by consuming more fat. It's all an individual thing, so I don't necessarily think that just simply stating that one macronutrient or diet or anything like that is superior to another is just not the way to do it. Alrighty, and the next one's going to be from Sammy Blue, who says, what is your favorite extract? And this is an awesome question, actually, mainly because I use a lot of extracts in my bean recipes. I make a lot of black bean and garbanzo bean, even white bean concoctions, where I can blend them all up with coconut oil, peanut butter. Sometimes I make like mock chocolate chip cookie doughs. You guys have seen that on my channel as well before. I would say right now my favorite extract is gonna have to be coconut extract. It's really, really good. Alrighty, the next question is gonna be from Hanan Marie, who's also another awesome subscriber, who asks, what is your opinion on the fact that Panera bread, at least in Canada, has all the calories listed on the menu? I think it's great to be aware of, you know, of your calories and everything like that. And you guys have to really keep in mind that for the majority of the population that go to these restaurants and eat at these places, they have no idea what they're putting in their body calorically. I mean, it's pretty straightforward in that sense. So that's pretty much why these restaurants and everything like that, even in America, you can pretty much go to every fast food place and they'll have calories listed. And where most people go wrong is they actually think that most of these calorie counts and everything like that are actually accurate, when in reality they're not at all. I worked in a lot of different food places, a lot of different restaurants, and let me just say right now, it's off a lot. I worked at a place called Pickup Sticks. I worked at IHOP. I worked at a few different restaurants. And as my first job, I worked in a local Italian place. And let me just tell you right now, it's just completely, you guys, serving sizes are gonna be way off. Cooks are gonna over, under measure stuff. For example, take IHOP. I have gotten so many pancakes, which are, they're a set calorie amount on IHOP's website, and I've seen them made huge, I've seen them made super small, and the average person really isn't gonna notice that. They're just gonna eat the pancake and move on. And even if they're tracking calories, it's really not something that you'd even notice. So bottom line is, most of these places, it's just an estimation, and that's pretty much it. And the next question is gonna be from Erik Ross, who says, how do you estimate how much food you need in a day? And this is a pretty good question too, and this can actually apply to those who are actually looking to not count calories anymore, or those who are just, over it, really. And my answer for this is pretty straightforward. Go back to a time, I mean, for example, before you started tracking calories, before you got into the whole fitness and food thing, how did you nourish yourself on a daily basis? You listened to your body. You ate when you were hungry and you stopped when you were full. That's your body's natural reaction. You don't really have to go by what MyFitnessPal says, or what your calorie counting app tells you to eat every day. You go off your intuition. That's pretty much it. That's how we evolved as humans, and that's the way it should be, to be honest. So, alrighty, and the next one's gonna be from Rania Farah 921, who says, how many times a week do you exercise and for how long? I think it's extremely important to get at least some sort of exercise every single day. Not just for your physical health, but for your mental health as well. There are a lot of benefits. There's so many benefits to getting exercise every single day. And if you do exercise too much, that can be an issue. I see it as a huge issue when you can't take a day off, when you really, it's something that really weighs on you and forces you into being in a negative mood where you feel like you have to exercise in order to feel good. That's definitely not the way to do it. For me, I like to get activity in as much as I can. And if I feel like I'm doing too much, definitely take a day off. Listen to your body. Your body's gonna tell you when you need to take a day off. Again, it's natural, it's your own intuition. Bottom line is, listen to your body. Alrighty, and the next one's gonna be from Maggie Bressler, who says, how do you get rid of bloating? My answer to this one is to actually look at what's making you bloated in the first place, because for the most part, it's gonna be a food intolerance, or it's gonna be lactose. Lactose is pretty big in people. And then once you've determined that, do your best to stay away from that. And if it's something else, I mean, if it's a pretty infrequent thing, you just get bloating here and there and you just wanna know how to reduce it, my main thing is drink a ton of water. And a huge shout out to my boy Randy Santel for this one, who says water is nature's laxative. It is the best thing to reduce bloating. Other things that will help out with bloating too is to minimize your, or actually lessen your sodium intake and your carbohydrate intake, because those will make you hold water. I would say that those are the other two things that I would look to do. And also cardio as well can help out in reducing bloating. Alright, the next one's gonna be from Yesen M, who says, I know you don't believe in a bulk cut completely, but do you think dirty bulk is effective, or only newbie gains? Overall, clean or dirty? This is a pretty controversial topic, and essentially, if you don't know what clean or dirty bulking is, it means eating in a surplus with whatever foods you like. But, and this is where the misconception is, it's not about the types of foods you eat, it's about how many calories you're actually eating. So a clean bulk is essentially something that's about 500 calories surplus, and anything above that is considered a dirty bulk. For me, I definitely think that a lot of people use this whole dirty bulk thing as an excuse to load up on as many calories as they can, more than they actually need, in order to make strength gains. There's been proven science to say that you do not need to take in an 1,000 calorie surplus in order to get gains. I just don't necessarily see why a lot of guys want to do that. Granted, if you love food, then go for it. I mean, personally, I just don't even care. I mean, as long as I'm in a surplus and I'm making substantial strength gains, I mean, that's the way I see it. The whole thing is whether you're okay with gaining and over. This all boils down to whether or not you're okay with gaining more than needed body fat. I mean, if you don't care about an extra, if you few pounds of body fat, then by all means go for it, as long as you're in a surplus. All right, and the next one's gonna be from A Macon C, who's interested on body weight set point theory. I came across this while I was recovering from my eating disorder. I'm still battling the illness and thought it was interesting. Now, great question here. Now, the whole body set point thing is something that is still kind of talked about a lot. I haven't really seen a lot of research yet on it. In my own opinion, I do believe in it. I do believe that your body has its own natural set point where you perform your best, you feel your best, and you look your best. I mean, that last point's kind of debatable too, because that's all gonna depend on you. But yeah, I mean, I definitely, in my opinion, I believe in it. I believe that everybody has their own set point. And I think your body's just naturally, and I've mentioned this a lot too, your body's always gonna be losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight. But in my opinion, it's always gonna be around a certain point. For me, I've definitely found my set point. I feel like I operate my best around, you know, 155, 160 pounds. Even 165 I'm okay with. I mean, it's really just gonna depend on your own individual body itself, your genetics. I also look at, you know, your mom and your dad, your brothers, your sisters, and everything like that. Those all play a huge role in it as well. Everybody has their own body weight set point, in my opinion. Obviously, malnourishment, eating disorders, and restrictive dieting can drastically affect this as well. When your body's below its set point, that's when real damage starts to happen if it's for a extended period of time. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Alrighty, and the next one's gonna be from Anaria Hidalgo, who says, do you believe in a high carb, low fat diet, plant-based diet being sustainable? I'm gonna be straightforward with this one. Do I believe it being sustainable? Here in America, for I would say 90 to 95% of the population, absolutely not. Do I believe it for most third world countries that aren't leading desk jobs, that aren't sedentary for most of their days? Yes. That's why I say what I say when you can't make broad statements about diets being superior to others for everybody, because everybody's individually different. And the last one's gonna be from Thomas Worsley 97, who says, what would you recommend for somebody attempting to consume 20,000 calories in the 20,000 calorie challenge in reference to volume of food ingested? Yeah, I mean, prepare for a lot of food and get your water ready. That amount of calories, I'm just gonna be honest, man, it's not wise. And I don't necessarily recommend anybody do anything above 10,000 calories. I don't advocate for doing these things at all, guys. Like, I don't think it's really that fun. I don't really think it's that fun after a certain point for most people. Like, I enjoy food and I can pretty much take down 10 to 15,000 calories and still be okay the next day. But after a certain point, guys, like, food is food. It's like a cheeseburger and Oreos, cupcakes, donuts, cinnamon rolls. They're gonna taste like, after a certain point, it's just gonna taste the same. Like, you're just gonna be sick of it. You're just gonna get over it really, really quickly. So you can go ahead and do your 20,000 calorie challenge, but I mean, just prepare to feel like garbage afterwards. Alrighty guys, that's the Sunday night Q&A. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, if you haven't already, feel free to follow me on my social media. All the links to my Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat even, everything will be right there. You guys can check it out. I will be announcing my winner for my giveaway. If you guys haven't seen it already, I posted a video a few days ago. I think it was actually around a week ago. Feel free to go over to my latest video called the Cheat-a-thon and comment below, loyal subscriber, to enter in to win the giveaway package that I'll be doing. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give it a like if you haven't already, subscribe if you haven't already, and stay tuned for the next one. See you guys. Go away!